Hi, welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika. I just wanted to do a little quick video to talk about what you can be doing right now to level up your witchcraft, to deepen your spiritual path, to broaden your horizons, if you will, as far as practicing magic is concerned. So, okay, first thing first, let me tell you what I'm doing, and you can figure out what you want to do. So, before this happened, I went to the library while it was still open, and I got this astrology for dummies. It's not that I don't understand astrology, it's not that I don't know astrology. I do. Actually, I know quite a bit about astrology, but I feel like I can learn a little bit more. And some things have always sort of eluded me or have just struggled with understanding. For instance, like reading like one of these charts, um, stuff like that. Like I've been taught and I forgot a long time ago when I first started this path. I kind of ate everything up and I just completely forgot what all this stuff means. So I just want to get a little deeper, not a little, a lot deeper knowledge. So I'm going to use this opportunity to take notes from this book. I don't have to return it anytime soon because, as we all know, due to the Rona, everything's shut down, so I don't have to worry about getting it back on time. So yay me. So I'm doing that. I'm going to shop my own library. So I have some books that I've read and I've gained knowledge from, but I'd like to go back and take more notes, fresh notes, um, and take out any information that I need that resonates with me. Maybe something that I've kind of skimmed over before, and I might want to do it now. Not necessarily spells or anything like that, but I'm talking about just certain practices and maybe meditations, and maybe I want to introduce myself to different spirits, and that were talked about in the book, and kind of do a little bit more research. This is the perfect time to do it. Um, and note, I'll write everything I do down, so I have a log and keep track of all this stuff. But yeah, so that's one of the other things I'm doing. A lot of research, a lot of learning. Um, I will also, other things, I got Palo Santo. I've never burned that in my home before. I've always used sage or my variations of incense, but I never used that. So I picked some of that up, so I'm going to use that. Looking forward to it. Before I burn it and use it, I actually want to make sure I have some words down that I know I want to say, but I want to cleanse the air. So I'll be doing that. So that's something new and different that I'll be doing that I hadn't done before. And finally, it's kind of a big deal thing. So I moved sort of my location in a house of where I work from. So I'm no longer working in what's technically a spare bedroom, and it was a shared office space with my husband. He's typically working outside, during the day. So he only uses that office if he happened to be working from home or like the weekend, because we're all gamers here. So I won't be using that space anymore because it just works better for me to be out in the main area. So I'm sitting in my common area, living room area right now. And on that direction is a dining area. And within the dining area, which is a pretty good sized space, I was able to set up my desks and my chair. And so I work over there. So I'm doing that now. So because I moved my space, my altar, I had a little workspace and a small little altar, two different altars that I was in that room as well. So I took those down and I didn't put those back up, and I felt really like I wanted to do something totally different. So we have a bunch of house plants that get great sun in the dining area. So I have them on top of a buffet, and I decided I'll just use that as my working altar space. I have a tray that I have. I'll set things on there, candles, whatever I'm burning, whatever spells I'm working on, and when I'm not, I'll just put those things away and I'll take it out when I want. Some things can be left up there, certain candles, incense burning, things like that. That can be left, but outside of that, I'll just keep it that way. I find, I don't know, that makes more sense to me right now. And it's this time of year when spring comes, I feel like I gotta, zhuzh it up, change things up. And I just go with what my intuition tells me, and I feel like that's what it's telling me. Before I would have water, available for ancestors. Instead, I'm doing something a little bit different. Um, Honestly, instead of just having water out, which I do like, and I may arrive at that, but I'll use a different type of vessel. I've just been pouring a little water out honestly, when I think about it, I didn't do it every day, which is an issue, but just pour a little bit of water out and, sometime in the morning. So just be mindfully, if I get myself some water, I'm just very mindful about when I'm pouring the water, to say a blessing. Like I connect the water and the flow and all that sort of stuff and the sustaining life. I connect that with those who came before me. So that's why I'm talking about water and ancestors. I don't have a space here where I dedicate it to like deceased loved ones. Um, I am fortunate enough to still have my grandmother. I still have, at least on my mother's side, my mother and, my father and most of my aunts and uncles, the ones who have passed on. I feel like I could do that, but they have children, and if that's something I think they may want to do, and I think in some ways it's not that they practice ancestor reverence quite the way I do, but I do believe that it's for them to do. I can, always connect with her, but it's not my place to, any of my, it's not just one person, several aunts and an uncle. I don't think it's my place to set up an altar for them. I don't know, maybe, and that's something maybe to think about. Maybe that's another thing, you can work on during this time if you're home, like, well, I'm always home, but if you're home and you're not used to it, um, think about ancestor reverence and what that means and what that looks like. If you had a favorite auntie or something like that, but she had kids, and they, she had a close relationship with her kids. You know, maybe they want to set up. People set up altars and don't realize that's what they're doing. You guys know that, right? You go in people's houses, like somebody's auntie, she got all the pictures of the people who passed on, and little keepsakes around it, and little decorative items, and they look fondly when they refer to that loved one. They always look at the altar, the picture. They always look over and be like, yeah, Uncle so and so or my late husband so and so, and they always look over in that space, and that's a space where they are connecting with that spirit. Listen, it doesn't always have to be real witchy. Sometimes people are doing things without realizing it. We'll just say that. And that's cool. That's cool. But anyway, I think it's sometimes up to them to do that and maybe not certain relatives. I'm not saying it's wrong. I just don't feel right doing that. It'd be kind of like, when I pass on, instead of my kids setting up an altar for me, like my sister's daughter does it. I mean, even if I'm close to her, I don't know. I mean, unless I was estranged with my children, I it, I think it's for them to do it. She can connect with me, but I don't think I should have a permanent altar space in her home. It's just me. I know that's probably not typical, but and maybe we all can do it. I don't know, but I don't think it's my space, my place to do that. But anyway, moving on. So yeah, this is an opportunity to delve into stuff like this. Kind of think a little bit outside the box about this sort of stuff, especially if you don't have a formal religion with like things that are to do with ancestors, like African tradition religions, ATRs. They might have guidelines and rules. I don't follow anything specifically to the letter. I'm more eclectic, and I know that causes some people to have a little bit of anxiety when I say that because, whatever. But different strokes for different folks. If that's your jazz and you like that, and you want to follow guidelines and rules, and you like to do that, that is great. And if it's meaningful to you, it resonates with you, and you're living your life that way, I have nothing negative to say. And I would hope that you would, feel the same way about me instead of warning me, well, you don't know what you're messing with. Well, no, you don't know what you're messing with because you're so busy thinking with the rules, you're not considering what happens if you kind of color outside the lines and what you might gain from that. But I digress. Yeah. Outside of that, yeah, this is how I'm doing. Oh, it's beeping. This is how I'm doing my whole leveling up thing. Forgive that beep, guys. I'm sorry. I was warming up my lunch. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to do is share that information, what I'm doing, hopefully to inspire someone else to kind of just think outside the box a little bit, find some stuff maybe that you might be interested in and challenge yourself. Again, I'm Mika. Thanks for watching Leap Taken. If you've liked the video, please like, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you have, thank you. All right, bye-bye.